that's not what matters today. What matters is that Rick and Morty Season 9 is coming out May 24th. I love this old little fucker. I love him so much. You guys don't get it. Or if you do, you get it. Oh, yes, a new addition. My tongue looks funky because I'm drinking coffee right now, but there's Playboy Bunny on it. So, yes. Just a quick little life update. Some advice. Just because I am quite cheery and charismatic as I am. Usually. I am always like this. But, I want you to know that if you are in a relationship and you're like, wow, this is really hard, I feel like I'm putting forth more effort. Sailor cooking. You are putting more effort into your partner than yourself, or if you're making yourself miserable and getting little in return or being treated like garbage, dump that hoe. Dump them. You deserve so much fucking better. Okay? Prioritize yourself. 2026 is our year to get our shit together. I just want to put that out there. This has been the best year so far. I love my life and everything's amazing, and I hope you have the most amazing time, and you need to do that by, you gotta give that time to yourself, give you what you need. That's just a little message for you guys, and I hope you're all doing amazing. I'm sorry I never upload. I just gave you guys so many kisses. Now, I love Rick and Morty so much. Brief history with it. I was given a pair of Rick and Morty boxers, and I was like, I have to watch this show now. I can't be a poser. And I had watched it when I was in high school, but I was not mature enough to understand what was going on or get the humor. Now I am, and it was amazing. And there are only two other shows who have ever influenced me nearly as much as Rick and Morty. First being Attack on Titan. No show will ever influence me like Attack on Titan did, and it is perfect media. That is my Sean Kirstein wall. There's more. If you think you fucking love him more than me, you don't. And I don't want to fucking play about that. No one will ever love him as much as me. But I have so much Attack on Titan stuff in my room. I love Attack. I'm sorry. I'm getting aggressive. I just love that's the thing. I don't gatekeep at all. I want everyone to experience what I love. You just can't love it as much as me. Even if you think you do, you don't. That's all. Anyway. But Attack on Titan genuinely is the reason I'm still alive. And a bunch of other, I love the show. Perfect, I won't even get into it. And then it goes Rick and Morty. Just Rick and Morty saved me at literally the lowest point of my life. Rick and Morty and Elliott Smith. Whew. Deadly combo. Deadly combo. But hey, I'm still here. I love him. And he is so fine. And I love so many things. I'm so sorry, guys. I feel like I don't know what persona I usually put in. I know this summer I did a lot of roleplay videos. So I feel like I'm showing the real me. And the real me is very excited and happy all the time. Not just that, but and then Full Metal Alchemist. I fucking love Full Metal Alchemist. I'm going to rewatch it soon because it was like Full Metal Alchemist is what started everything. I love it so much. And every time I'm in chemistry, I'm like, I wish I because I get to give my 2 cents. But season 1 through 3, Justin Roiland was a creator, which is why I don't want to hear anyone talk about this in the comments. We all know what he did. I am not denying anything. I'm not saying anything, but that is not what this is about. This is about Rick and Morty, not the creators of the show. We're getting meta, okay? Hush. Or I will get previously on to get you. Okay, anyway. But season 1 through 3, Justin Roiland was on the creative writing part of the team, like was a part of the creative writing of the team, and like just the writing of the writing team and the writing of the show. And after season 3, or around that time, was either right before, right after, or during, he ended up stopped writing. He was like inconsistent. He had a little bit of a drinking problem. And Dan Harmon, I'm gonna say, is how is Justin Roiland canceled, and Dan Harmon isn't. Just gonna put that out there. Not a big fan of him, but he replaced like all of the original writers, which were previously Justin's friends and etc., and replaced them with the writers from the show Community. Now, I am a fan of Community. I have not watched the show. I've watched the show, but I haven't like watched it start to finish or anything like that. But very different humor than in Rick and Morty, and you can definitely see that. And that's season 4, I want to say, is when that like really starts. And I loved season 4. Season 4 was so peak. My favorite episode ever is wait. What is it? Anyway, the Rick pooping episode, but it is not my favorite A plot. It is my favorite B plot. Gluty is my favorite Rick and Morty character, like one of the ones that only ever shows up once. Gluty, I fucking love Gluty. Do you want to develop an app? And my little sister, I love my baby sister, she's 11 years old. I showed her that, like, I was at like my peak obsession with Rick and Morty, probably November-ish. And I was like, this is an appropriate episode for you. And because I wanted to show her it, and Gluty's little alien, who's New Zealand, and I fucking love him. And for her birthday, I got her a Gluty Funko Pop, and she was so happy. And she wants to be Gluty and Jerry for Halloween. And I fucking hate Jerry. I'm a D1 Jerry hater. I'm not even gonna get into it, but we have some things to say. Anyway, this is so out of order. Back script. But after season 4, writers changed, and you can really see that in the plot, and I think you can really see that season 5 and 6. Like, I think the show is divided, and that is season 1 and 2 are so distinct. Like, they are what made Rick and Morty Rick and Morty. Like, and then season 3 and 4 are that weird transition era, because now the show isn't just like a stoner comedy. It has lore. Like, and then season 5 and 6 is a really weird transition area. That was just weird. I feel like that was just, it was so chronically online. Like, it was just, I feel like, appealing to the majority of the fans on Twitter. And that's from someone who did not watch Rick and Morty during that time. I'm just looking back at it and all of the references and like jokes it's making. Like, for the time, I'm like, that's just 2021, like 2022 Twitter. And then season 7 and season 8, I have really mixed feelings of, because I loved them the first time I watched them, and then I've rewatched them a few times and I'm like, I don't think it does good, but I appreciate it. And you not tell, like, what? But, I think that Rick, specifically, because this is going what I think with the show, he's getting his character development, he's becoming a better person. We have seen that growth with him, especially with the Diane episodes. Diane Sanchez is my favorite character. If I part my hair normally, I look just like her. I am actually Rick's wife. I don't know if my hair will go to the middle right now, but he's my husband. We're soulmates, whatever. I don't even want to talk about that, but I think Rick is currently growing as a character, and I don't think you could really hear that with just Royland's voice. Like, I was getting, like, no development from him. I feel like season 5 and 6, like, I appreciate them, and they're, like, still funny, but I don't think they're nearly as good as others. Others being 1 through 4. And I think that the new voice actor is really building Rick and rounding out his character. Like, he is changing, and it's slow because he's old, but, like, he's definitely maturing in a lot of aspects in that, and I feel like that's even shown up and brought up in season 7 and 8, like when, like, the Farmer Rick episode, where, like, you just see them go and get Morty's fidget spinner, and, like, they're just being cutie and supportive. But I like Morty's new voice actor because I feel like Morty obviously isn't going to be a teenager forever, or maybe he is. I don't know. In cartoon land, you never know. But not even that, but Morty is getting tired of Rick's shit. He's about to pull an evil Morty. I predict, because I know there's going to be at least 12 seasons, I predict Diana's going to have something to do, and evil Morty is going to have something to do with leaving the central finite curve. That is going to be an arc, is either finding evil Morty, or them having to escape to find something outside of the central finite curve. And I do not think that Rick Prime is dead, and I do not think that Rick Prime fully deleted all Diane's for existence. I think that Diane is still out there. She's just behind the central finite curve, and that is going to be a crazy thing. I just know that the central finite curve is not over, and that is important. I just know that that is a really big thing, and I've tried to bring this up on Reddit forums because I'm that much of a fucking nerd, and no one has suspected it or will talk to me about it. Like, to quote evil Morty, they built a wall of infinity around infinity. Like, the central, and I feel like people forget that all the universes that we see that Rick and Morty go to, all the ones that they can access, are in the central finite curve. The central finite curve being every single universe that Rick is the top dog, that he is the smartest man. If there is a species superior to him, or being superior to him in intellect or strength, like in intellect, or that he cannot beat, then they are outside of the central finite curve. So you can never escape Rick, essentially, because I love him. I love this old man so much. I love him. He really means everything to me. But I think that the central finite curve we need to look out for. I also don't know if Evil Morty's gonna have anything to do with this season. If he does, I don't think this is going to be a lore-heavy season. I want it to be, but from what I've seen from, like, the clips, I think it's giving season, like, 3 vibes. I think it's gonna be very season 1 through 3, maybe even a little season 4. I think that the show knows what people want. Smiling Friends' ending, we're very sad about that, but smoke shops cannot put away their Rick and Morty cards and Rick and Morty bongs yet. We've got 4 more years at least, because they have a 12 season renewal, and Rick and Morty 100 years. Rick and Morty 100 years. I hope it takes forever for him to find his Szechuan sauce. I also have a 3-foot Pickle Rick stuffed animal in my corner. There he is. I love Rick and Morty so much. Yes. Continuing off of that, I am a Morty defender for life. For life. Ignore that. Rick pisses me off when he's mean to him. Like, I get really upset when Rick is mean to Morty. And it's very hard being a Morty defender because Morty is the problem, bro. Like, sometimes I sit there and I'm like, you really had to fucking do that. Like, you got yourself into this situation. And it's so hard to feel bad for him sometimes because I'm like, bro, like, one of my favorite fucking episodes also, it's the Space Snake episode. It's so fucking funny. It's just so good. But when he's like, Slippy, no! And he gets bit by Slippy. The snake jazz. It's cold. It's cold. But I just think that, like, it's so funny because it is just Morty repeating everything he does, and all that boy does is defy Rick, and you can't, like, Rick is just, bro, Rick knows. I bet you half of, like, the show, there would be no plot if Morty wasn't such a fuck up, but I love him. Like the Vindicators episode, also one of my favorite episodes. That was bad on Rick. That one made me mad. I fucking love Noop though. He gets it. And did you know that Rick Sanchez used to drink? Like, I could quote this show forever. I actually do every day. I say, let me take a sip of this. I say, yes, or my man, or you don't know me, or I can't, I say so many. Like the Heisting episode. I just genuinely think the show is so funny. And I get a little upset when people are like, you like Rick and Morty? Like, yes, I have a joyous soul. I do. I like to laugh. I'm sorry, I think nihilism can be funny at times, and it isn't just fucking emo. Like, I also love King of the Hill, though. I love adult cartoons. I never really have liked live action shows, honestly. Like, I have live action shows that I like, but growing up as a kid, I wouldn't ever watch live action shows. Like, I like Dog with a Blog because there was a talking dog. But aside from that, I never watched Jessie or Lab Rats. Victorious, iCarly, I can't think of any other live action shows because I didn't watch any. Like, I strictly watched cartoons. I don't know why. Like Cartoon Network, obviously. I was a teen. Well, I didn't grow up with cable until my mom started going back to school, so we basically lived with my grandma. And she had DirecTV, and we would watch Total Drama Island. I fucking love that show. But I don't like reality TV now that I'm older, which is like really disappointing. But I watched Total Drama Island, Teen Titans Go, Fairly Odd Parents, Phineas and Ferb, Powerpuff Girls. We watched more. I watched a lot of TV as a kid, actually, and why is this thing weird? Anyway, but yeah, I never liked live action stuff. I just thought it was boring, and I feel like cartoons are very captivating. It's like when I started to get into anime, like, I really started to appreciate the art style and the amount of effort that went into the animation, because that's kind of part of the simplicity of American cartoons. It's like, it is is simple. It's easy to look at. The colors are bright. It's easy for you to memorize, focus the characters on the characters, and etc. But I love media so much, and that took a minute for me to understand and really to appreciate. But I love media. I love being able to obsess over and like something like a story, because the majority of parts of media, like in video games, in movies, TV shows, books, history, even, like, it's all a story. And I love that people have common interests, and that we are not alone, and that there are little weirdos like us out there everywhere. And if you're a little weirdo that likes Rick and Morty, hit my line. I fucking love Rick and Morty. I love Rick and Morty so much. I am a little zooted, so I'm actually gonna talk about Rick and Morty Reddit, because it's a terrible, scary place, and I don't recommend it for many people. Half of the people on there probably don't shower, like, I'm pretty confident, and the other half have no joy in their hearts at all. And then a fourth of them ship Rick and Morty. Okay, I do not like you if you ship Rick and Morty. I know that everything is infinitely happening in infinite universes, blah blah blah, and that there is technically a universe where Rick and Morty are happily together in doing XYZ. I don't give a fuck. My man is 70, and that is his grandson. Okay. I don't even know which one's worse in this, the incest or the age gap. Like, both. Well, obviously it's the incest, but, like, the point stands. Stop it. It's freaking weird. And Morty is, like, he's not even that twinkish, guys. Like, Matrix Morty. I'm really sorry if that was not a pleasant trigger. I had to try it out. But, guys, I look like a chud. I'm such a fucking chud. I just look like a bum right now. Bro, it is past midnight. I had been doing chemistry homework. Being a woman in STEM is not for the weak. It really isn't. But I will prevail, and I will not be silenced. Everyone's trying to silence me. I will not be silenced. Do not let them silence you. Don't let them. I don't know who is trying to, but just don't let them. You have to be heard. That is as loud as I can snap. I can't snap for shit. Okay. If I have anything else to say about Rick and Morty. Oh, back to Reddit. Last thing. But Reddit is an evil place. The majority of the time, I will ask questions, and people will be fucking mean over questions. Like, once again, I love Diane, and I think she's, like, I love the way she haunts the character. She is such a complex character, and we know nothing about her. We know nothing about her because the Omega device fucks with people's memories too. But from what we've seen of her in the whole, from what we've seen of her as with Memory Rick and Memory Diane, God, I just love her, and I want and need to learn more about her because she's haunting the narrative, and I know she has more importance, but they can only play her character out so much, and I just hope, a part of me wants her to come back, but then if she does, everything Rick has done in his life would become obsolete and pointless. That's why I need him to portal into my room and see that I'm literally just a hot young So, I'm a nerd and a weirdo, and I hyperfixate like crazy. But, right now, it is time for the ASMR portion of this video, because I've been growing out my nails, and if you guys did not know, I was a chronic nail biter for a very long time. For the ASMR portion, we will be repeating some of my favorite Rick and Morty phrases. One Diet Sprite remix, please. One Diet Sprite remix, please. One Diet Sprite remix, please. I'm gonna burn one of my cat's hairs. One Diet Sprite remix, please. Okay, I realize this video is going to be really long, so this is part 1. Part 2 is going to be me doing the Rick and Morty trick